Hi, everybody. Yep. Take it off. Hi, welcome to the most beautiful auction setting. All right, thank you for being here. My name is Chris Leo. I'm an associate commissioner at the Office of General Services, and I lead a unit at OGS, State Asset and Land Management, that is responsible and working in close coordination with the Department of Transportation to prepare this site for auction today. It's a very special site. Very excited to be offering this. It's a very exciting opportunity for the city here, the city of Ithaca. And at this point, we're going to get ready to go pretty soon. I just want to let you know that we are live streaming this, and it will be available for broadcast later on. And at this point, I think we're ready to go. So I'm going to pass it over to our senior attorney, Frank Palante, who will go over the auction rules. We also have Chad Cook, who registered you in this morning, who will be helping. I think everybody knows Dan Quinlan, and then we have Tom Laliberte there, who will be assisting with the auction today. So again, thank you very much, and I wish everybody good luck, and I look forward to really exciting things for this parcel in the future.
Okay, I would thank you all for attending today. My name is Frank Palante, and I'm an attorney with the New York State Office of General Services, and I will be conducting today's auction. Before we begin, I have some brief remarks regarding legal access to the sale parcel. Access from 3rd Street to the parcel being auctioned today is located on the northeast corner of the site through Parcel 10 as shown on the DOT survey map designated as OGS map number 2704, and that was the map that you saw when you first registered today to the right of the registration table. Parcel 10 is not included in this auction because the city of Ithaca has plans to purchase this parcel from the state for public street purposes. If the conveyance to the city is not completed by the closing of the auction parcel, the state will provide the purchaser with an access permit over Parcel 10 pending the completion of the conveyance to the city. Are there any questions regarding access from registered bidders at this point? Okay, very good. The Office of General Services is offering for sale one parcel of land with improvements at 683 3rd Street, located in the city of Ithaca, Tompkins County, consisting of a 8.162 acre parcel with a 15,220 square foot office building and a 4,000 square foot maintenance building, a maintenance garage, and various smaller storage buildings. A portion of the site is encumbered by the Cayuga Waterfront Trail. The parcel is offered for sale pursuant to Section 33 of the Public Lands Law and Notice of Sale and Findings dated August 5th, 2020. Notice of sale was published in the Ithaca Journal newspaper pursuant to the statute. The property is sold as is, as of the time of closing, without warranties that the subject property complies with federal, state, or local government laws or regulations applicable to the property. All bidders should have fully examined and inspected the property prior to today. The property offered today is also subject to the following: any state of facts an accurate survey would disclose, building restrictions and zoning regulations enforced at the time of closing, covenants, conditions, easements, and restrictions of record affecting the property, all violations, if any, of any rules, regulations, or ordinances of any federal, state, or local government having jurisdiction of the property, and any and all encroachments, and those further conditions contained in the sale contract which is a standard form state auction contract, a sample of which is contained in the marketing materials. If the bidder defaults in payment of the required deposit or deposits or fails to close on the sale, the state may retain your deposit as liquidated damages. Now I would like to go over today the bidding procedure. Only those who have pre-registered, signed in today, and received a numbered blue bid card may bid today. The high bidder for today's sale is required to submit the deposit check to me following the close of bidding. I will then complete the contract documents. The recognized high bidder will then be requested to sign the contract of sale constituting the offer and provide any additional contact information. The bidder's signature will then be notarized and a copy provided to the successful bidder. Formal acceptance of the high bid takes place when the contract is approved by the Commissioner of General Services. The Commissioner of General Services retains the right to reject any and all bids. Following approval by the Commissioner, the contract must also be approved by the State Attorney General and the State Office of the State Comptroller. In the event the high bidder fails to pay the required additional deposit or bidder is unable to complete the sale, the subject property may be offered to the second high bidder. The property to be auctioned today is identified as 683 3rd Street, City of Ithaca, County of Tompkins, identified on Tompkins County tax map as Section 37, Block 1, Lot 1. The minimum bid increments for the sale are going to be $10,000. That is the minimum. If you choose to raise the bid in excess of the $10,000, any amount would be welcomed as long as they're in 10,000 increments. Okay, now I would like to go over, which is very important, the final bidding procedure. If there's a lull in the bidding, I will state the final bid amount, and I will say going once, going twice, going a third and final time, and then I'll clap my hands, and that will conclude the bidding, and the last bid would be the high bidder. Okay, are there any questions at this time from any registered bidders? Okay. At this time, if you could please if you have a cell phone, if you could please put it on either mute or vibration mode, that would be very helpful. Okay, may I please have an opening bid of $2,850,000. Bidder number 2, $2.85 million. The current bid is $2.85 million. And your bid is, sir? Okay, we have a bid at $2.86 million. The last bid was $2.86 million. That was bidder 3. Anyone would like to advance the bid? We're at $2.86 million. By 10,000. We're at $2.87 million. The last bid was $2.87 million. Would anyone like to advance the bid? 2.87 million. Okay, 2.87 going once. Okay, we're at 2.88 million. Bidder 3. Got it. 2.88 million was the last bid. Sir, could you please hold up your bid card when you're making a bid? Okay, bidder number 1, 2.89 million? Okay. The last bid, 2.89 million. Any advances on 2.89 million? Okay, 2.89 million going once. Okay, we're at 2.9 million. 2.9 million was the last bid. $2.9 million going once. Okay, we're at 2.91 million. Last bid, 2.91 million. $2.91 million going once. $2.92 million? $2.92 million is the last bid. Any advances on 2.92 million? $2.93 million? Okay, 2.93 million. The last bid, 2.93 million. $2.93 million going once. 2.94. We're at 2.94 million. $2.96 million. Okay, we're at 2.96 million. 2.97 million is the last bid. 2.97 million. The last bid, it's 2.97 million. And your bid? Yes, we're bidding by $10,000 increments, yeah. 2.97. Okay, 2.98 million bidder, you're bidder 4, yep. We're at 2.98 million. Any advances on 2.98 million? Okay, 2.99 million. Our last bid is 2.99 million. 3 million. We're at 3 million even. Any advances on 3 million? $3 million going once. Okay, 3,010,000. The last bid is 3,010,000. Any advances on 3,010,000? 3,020,000 is our last bid. Any advances on 3,020,000? 3,020,000 going once. 3 million. 3,030,000 is our last bid. 3,030,000. Any advances? 3,040,000. 3,040,000. Any advances? 3,050,000. 3,060,000. 3,060,000 is our last bid. Any advances on 3,060,000? 3,070,000. 3,080,000 is the last bid. $3,080,000. Any advances on 3,080,000? 3,090,000 is our last bid. Okay, 3.1 million. 3.1 million is the last bid. Any advances on 3.1 million? 3.1 million going once. Okay, 3,000,011 is our last bid. Okay, 3,000,012. 3.12 million is our last bid. 3.12 million. Any advances on, excuse me? Okay, 3.13 million. 3.13. Okay, 3.14 million is the last bid. 3.14 million. Any advances on 3.14 million? Okay, 3.16 million is the last bid. 3.17. 3.17 million is the last bid. 3.17 million. Any advances on 3.17 million? 3.17 million going once. 3.18 million is the last bid. 3.18 million. Any advances? 3.19 million is our last bid. Any advances on 3.19 million? We have a 3.20 million. $3.21 million is the last bid. Any advances on 3.21 million? 3.22 million is our last bid. 3.22 million. 3.23 million. We're at 3.23 million. Any advances on 3.23 million? 3.24 million is our last bid. $3.25 million. The last bid is $3.25 million. Any advances on 3.25 million? 3.26 million. $3.27 million is our last bid. 3.27 million. Any advances on 3.27 million? 3.28 million. We're at 3.28 million. $3.3 million. The last bid, $3.3 million. Any advances on 3.3 million? 3.31 million. Last bid, 3.31 million. 3.32 million. The last bid, 3.32 million. Any advances on 3.32 million? 3.32 million going once. 33. 3.33 is our last bid. $3.35 is the current bid. Any advances on 3.35 million? $3.35 million going once. $3.35 million going twice. 3.36 million. Okay, our last bid is 3.36 million. 3.37. 3.37 million is our last bid. Anyone like to advance 3.37 million? 3.37 million going once. Yeah. 3.37 million going once. 3.37 million going twice. 3.38 million. Okay, we're at 3.38 million is our last bid. $3.39 million. 3.39 million is the last bid. Any advances on 3.39 million? $3.39 million going once. $3.39 million going twice. 3.4 million is the last bid. $3.4 million. Any advances on 3.4 million? 3.41 million is our current bid. Any advances on 3.4 million? $3.41 million going once. 3.41 million going twice. 3.42 million. Any advances on 3.42 million? $3.42 million going once. Okay, 3.43 million. We're at 3.43 million. Any advances on 3.43 million? 3.43 million going once. 3.45 million is your bid. We're at 3.45 million. We're at 3.45 million. 3.45 is where we're 3.46 million. We're at 3.46 million. Any advances on 3.46 million? $3.46 million going once. $3.46 million. $3.47 million. Okay, we're at 3.47. Any advances on 3.47 million? 3.48 million. Our last bid is 3.48 million. Any advances on 3.48 million? 3.49 million. The current bid is 3.49 million. 3.5 million. $3.5 million is the current bid. Any advances on 3.5 million? 3.51. The current bid is 3.51 million. 3.52 million is our current bid. Any advances on 3.52 million? 3.52 million. 3.52 million going once. 3.52 million going twice. 3.52. 3.53. Okay, we're at 3.53 million. The current bid is 3.53 million. 3.54 million is our current bid. $3.54 million. Any advances? 3.55. 3.55 million is the current bid. 3.56 million. 3.56 million. Any advances on 3.56 million? 3.56 million going once. 3.56 million. 3.57 million. We're at 3.57 million. 3.58 million. Last bid, 3.58 million. Any advances on 3.58 million? 3.59 million. The last bid, 3.59 million. Any advance on 3.6 million. Any advances on 3.6 million? $3.61 million. $3.61 million is our last bid. 3.62 million. We're at 3.62 million. Any advances on 3.62 million? 3.63 million. 3.63 million. 3.64 million. 3.64 million is our last bid. Any advances on 3.64 million? 3.65 million. Current bid, 3.65 million. We're at 3.65 million. Any advances? 3.66 million is our last bid. Any advances on 3.66 million? Okay, we're at 3.67. 3.67. Any advances? 3.67. 3.68. Any advances on 3.68? 3.69. 3.69 million. Any advances on 3.69 million? Okay, all right, 3.7. 3.7 million? 3.71. 3.71 million? 3.71 million? Any advances on 3.71 million? 3.72 million. Last bid, 3.72 million. 3.73 million. We're at 3.73 million. The last bid, 3.73 million. 3.74. 3.74 million is our last bid. 3.75 million. We're at 3.75 million. Any advances on 3.75 million? The final bid, 3.75 million. 3.75 million going once. 3.76 million. 3.76 million is the last bid. 3.77 million. Any advances on 3.77 million? 3.77 million is the last bid. 3.77 million going once. 3.78 million. We're at 3.78 million. 3.79 million. 3.79 million is our last bid. Any advances on 3.79 million? 3.79 million going once. 3.79 million going twice. 3.79 million going a third and final time. The high bidder is at 3.79 million, and that is bidder number 2.
Sure. Well, thank you, Frank, and thank you, everybody, for participating. The winning bidder will need to see Frank to process the paperwork. Thank you again, everybody, for showing up.